I'm Dr. Revels, and you are listening to the REVELSations podcast. We are all family and friends here, so please call me Rev. Subscribe, rate, review wherever you get your podcast. Contact me directly, revelsationspodcast@gmail.com. You can also contact the show via social media, the Revelsation Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. But most importantly, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell an enemy that you are listening to the REVELSations podcast. I was asked the other day by somebody I love dearly that I've changed and I've become more patient over time. And they were like, what changed about you? And I said, I am sort of learning what love really is. The older I get, the more I understand what love really is. And love isn't just a feeling, but love spurs on action. So let's get to some dictionary definitions on how love spurs on action so we can be all on the same page here. So, first, love. Love is defined as an intense feeling of deep affection. That is the noun form. The verb form is feel deep affection for someone. Love. This is why I like to say I'm loving you. It's a process. It's something that I have the deep affection, so it makes me do things. It's hard for me as a person to say I love something, or more importantly, I love someone, yet I am not spurred on to act. I don't act on that love. I would challenge and say, if you love something or someone and you don't act on their behalf to better their situation when they're in need or even when they're not in need, I would challenge your love for that person. That's just me personally. And love makes you accept things, accept things. And that's what I told the person. They said, hey, you are really like more patient. And I just said, hey, you know what? I just learned love is not about changing people. It's about accepting. So let's get to the dictionary definition of accept. Accept is to give consent to receive, to give consent. So I accept this about you. I have given consent in my brain that I'm going to receive this from you. And a lot of it has to do with what we will tolerate. Another word, tolerate, is to allow the existence, occurrence, or practice of something that one doesn't necessarily like or agree with. So I accept it, I tolerate it, even though I don't like it and don't necessarily agree with it. Because, like I said, love is about accepting, not about changing. Another definition of tolerate or to tolerate can mean to accept or endure. Endure. And endure means to suffer through something patiently. It is a suffer, but it is patience. And oftentimes, when we do this love thing, when we're loving someone, we have to be, or we should be, patient. We should be kind. We should be long suffering. Long suffering means it is hurting us, but we're going to suffer for a while. In today's world, we don't necessarily do that. We're short suffering. We won't suffer at all. If somebody doesn't give us exactly what we want, we throw them away or we get out of the situation. And I would argue that it is okay to love someone deeply and not tolerate all of their actions. But I would also argue that if you love someone, you're going to have to accept and tolerate some of their actions. And remember, tolerate means to endure. Tolerate means to allow the existence of something that you don't necessarily like or agree with. So examine your life. Look at the people you love, the people who are in your circle. Don't you tolerate a lot of things from them that you don't necessarily want to? And more importantly, don't they tolerate a lot from you that they don't necessarily want to? And I will challenge you this. If somebody is willing to just leave you right away, do they really love you? Think about it. Do they really care for you? It does not give us a license to just run amok and do crazy things because everybody's tolerance will run out at a point. Just because I love you does not mean I will tolerate all bad behavior. But because I love you, it does mean that I will tolerate some bad behavior. And in exchange, I would hope that you tolerate some bad behavior from me. So I look at my life. I look at my family. I look at my friends, the people that I say I love. And I do tolerate them, and they tolerate me. And I look at the situations where I'm looking to get out of quickly. And I say, you know what? I don't really love that person much or love that situation. Or if I do really love that person or I do really love that situation, they have pushed my tolerance to the brink where I can't accept it anymore because it's overwhelmingly negatively impacting my life. But even then, I want to hold on a while. Even then, I want to accept because I need people to accept me. It is hard to expect love from others and not give love to those that you expect love from. It is hard to expect tolerance from others and you are not willing to tolerate them. We all walk around here like our poop doesn't stink, but it does. But it does. And we want people to tolerate our mess, but we're not willing to tolerate others. So we need a love check. We need to check our hearts. We need to check our minds. And we need to really focus on what this love thing really is. Yes, it's a romantic feeling. Yes, there's 9 different definitions of love, but we know what it is. Really hard to define, but really easy to see when it's done correctly. When we're with somebody because, or the only reason we're with them is because they make our lives better and we're not really accepting anything from them that is negative, I would challenge that we don't love them. We're with them for convenience. This could be romantically. This could be family. This could be friends. This could be a job. This could be whatever. Love is tolerance. Love is patience. Love allows us to accept things that we might not accept from other people that we don't love. I would say we need to love all mankind, which is a different type of love. That's more of a godly love, where we let's love everybody. It's not as intimate, right? It's not as intimate as the love we may have for our nuclear family, or it may not be as intimate as love we have for our best friend, but we still have this general love and care for people. Why am I bringing this up? Because there's a lot of bad things that are happening in our world, and we don't have empathy and sympathy for others. Empathy, to feel what others feel. Their pain makes us think about, you know what, if I was in that situation, I might have pain too. Think about what they're going through. That is the love I'm talking about, that we should have for other people. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we tolerate their negative behavior, but we can always have that love. We can even remove ourselves from a person and still love them, not tolerate their behavior. But this disdain that we have for each other, this disdain we have for our exes, this disdain we have for former friends, it really needs to go away. We need to love each other, come together a bit more. I would challenge you, check your life, check your love box. Is it just based on convenience, or are you actually tolerating things? Are you actually accepting things from people as you would want people to accept things from you? I'm Rev. Thanks for listening. Please contact the show directly. The REVELSations Podcast. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can also email me directly, REVELSationsPodcast@gmail.com. I am because we are. Hallelujah, holla back. Peace.
Yeah, the Revelations now televised. A platform for you and I. An outlook with full heart and clear eyes. Now, these are just my thoughts. Truth on how I feel with these topics I reveal. Please know my toll, I always keep it real. Can't face the word if you can't face facts. For your time, just open up your mind. That's it, just live, think big, now take that. With God in me, this here was made by design. Yeah, the revelation will be televised. REVELSations.